Hi, my name is Steve Leibel. I live here in Grants Pass, Oregon. I'm a retired Air Force officer, a captain, prior enlisted. I'm really happy to be sharing some of my memories today with football as a child and so forth. You know, at 6'5", 290 pounds, I'd still be playing in the NFL today if I wouldn't have lost my agility. Man, that's something they don't tell you about as you get older. But back in 1961, I was a starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. And in those days, I also played receiver, sometimes running back, left guard, right tackle. I don't think I ever played center, but I was always the quarterback. This is my jersey right here. It's 50 years old. It's in still pretty great shape. I guess that tells you what kind of a quarterback I was. You couldn't catch me. There's no rips, no tears, no stains. Now, I probably should point out I was only 10 years old. Yeah, that's right. It was a neighborhood league. But it was a tough league. We played fierce teams like the Purple People Eaters. Can you imagine? The Purple People Eaters? Ooh. You know, we didn't wear helmets, pads. We just wore our favorite tennis shoes, jeans, and our favorite jerseys. We played in the mud and the dirt and the grass and the snow and the rain. And we played all day, every day, not just during football season. You know, we didn't have video games back then. Heck, TV, we didn't even have cable. I think there were 3 channels and they were all in black and white. So we played football. And we loved it. Man, we had our arguments. Was he inbounds? Was he out of bounds? Did he catch the ball? We got knocked. We got our scrapes. We got our bruises. But we had a blast. It was the time of your life. Man, oh man. I really, really love those days. You also had to be your own referee. I think that right there is a core value in building your own integrity and your honor and just your core values, who you are. Anyway, to give you a little more perspective, as a child, I won my first track meet in the shot put, district record, 8th grade. Carried that on throughout my life and in my career in the military. Competed for gold medals, made the Olympic team for the Air Force, my distances. I got a gold medal here at Seoul's Olympic track and a track meet for all services. Beating those Marines, that's good. So beyond all my accolades, all my ribbons, all my medals, all my awards, this is my most favorite. This is what I was leading up to. A little thing called the PP&K, the pump, pass, and kick. So here's the deal. I'm a brand new kid. That's me up in the corner there, 10 years old. This is signed by Pete Rozelle and Lee Iacocca, by the way. So 1964, I'm just a kid. Moved up from Pismo Beach, California to Coos Bay, Oregon. I see this event happening, so I walk on. I punt the ball once, I pass it once and kick it once, and then I go about my day. A few days later, I hear my folks in the kitchen, they're laughing, they're giggling. They just got a phone call. I still hear my mom to this day, God rest her soul. It's got to be a mistake. Our Steve? Sure enough, I had won pump, pass, and kick, 10-year-old division. My distance of 206 feet was good enough to beat the 11, 12, and 13-year-olds. I was like a phenom in the making. Anyway, also won first place the next year. But that's another story. This story takes me to my San Francisco 49ers sponsorship. And they gave me this great jacket. I slept in that jacket. I love that jacket. Got to go to an awards banquet. Made my mom and dad so proud to be sitting there with them. Well, being the new kid on the block, remember, I was so proud of my jacket, and I was pretty naive. I wore that jacket to school the very next day. Yeah, not so smart. I got the snot kicked out of me by the real football players. They finally warmed up to me years later. But you know what? I never wore that jacket again. And my mom stored it for years and years and years. So one day, I was about 28 years old, I had my first son, and I wanted that jacket back, and I wanted to give it to my son. But my mom had thrown it away. She said she'd been storing it under her house in Seattle, and mildew had set in, so she tossed it. What you gonna do? You know, living in Seattle at the time, I was also there during the Seahawk expansion. I got to meet Jimmy Zorn, and it was just great to be part of the NFL at that time. I got a lot of memories. One other, when I was 18, I was on guard duty. Got to watch the longest football game in the NFL history. That's right. I was at Air Force boot camp. They allowed us to watch a football game because it was the Christmas holidays. And besides, it was Air Force boot camp. It's not that strict. It's not that tough. Otis Taylor, Lenny Dawson, Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins. This was before OT was even invented. The game just went on and on and on until somebody won, and I don't even know who won. I can't remember that. I am 60 after all. But I will tell you, it was a good memory. Another memory was sitting there with my dad during Franco Harris and the Immaculate Reception. I was home on Christmas break on leave from the Air Force again. We got to sit there and share an incredible ending to a game. My dad passed on a few years later. He was 47 when he died. So got to share a few memories with him. So that was really cool. Today I'm a children's author. I write a series of books called Stevie Tenderheart, and these are them. I'm just getting ready to mail out a whole several hundred books. We just finished Make a Difference Day, and I created an event last year called the Million Pillow Pledge, where we put these books on children's pillows all over the country, mostly in children's hospitals. But anyway, I just wanted to give my salute to the NFL and thank you for my life and my memories, being a starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, and all the memories, all the visual effects that you guys have given us over the time with NFL films and all of it. So I salute you. And thank you.